I'm laughing because whenever like we're apart for a few days or a week or for a schedule, and then whenever I come back, he says like, see, that's what was missing, the drama. When you're around, there's drama. So there's entertainment. So I'm just entertained and life seems full. This is that, this is that, this is that. I guess I'm a husband that I am. So I think I have to accept that I must be entertaining on some level. Gyan.
Gyan?
Give too much gyan. Talking. But I've said this before, you know, Salman is the kind of person that even if you haven't spoken to him in weeks or even more than weeks, if there's a moment in your life where you're in trouble, might need advice or something, he will always sense it and he will always connect. And he's got a very generous heart, and we have an incredible equation. It's a very strong equation, and I think it's one with a lot of respect and admiration as well.
Did Katrina Kaif
Thank you.
plans things? Yeah, she's like, "Dekhte hai, kab
I
karenge?"
do. I just love you so much that I have to like, you know.
Isn't it?
I love you on and off.
But on that note, but for me more importantly, is Manish we had a discussion, informal discussion, where I told him that you're doing, and he said, I promise you you're not going to be disappointed, and I wasn't. Of course, the story, it is Tiger, but
Yes.
Zoya, you're used to having 100.
Listen, for the first time, it's so wonderful. Firstly, that that Tiger 3 is getting love from the audience. Salman and me both are getting love for these characters, which are so close to our heart. Ali said to me yesterday, you know, for me, Tiger and Zoya are one unit. And I think that was so well put, because you saw it from the first Tiger to the second Tiger to now Tiger 3. These two incredibly fiery, independent, strong forces come together, fall in love. And that unison kind of just, that dynamic becomes seamless as husband and as wife and as lovers. And we've seen that progress in the last 3 films. Like you said, Manish Sharma, the director, he always, and I could see this, he always loved Zoya's character. See that in his interaction in the scenes, in the writing, in the execution, that this was something that he really connected to for him, like the tagline, you know, this time it's person. And I think that's why, part of the reason why Zoya's character has come out so well on screen. And wonderful to see Yash Raj, the producers that Yash Raj are, in a franchise like Tiger, in this whole kind of spy-verse, really taking forward the female characters and giving them that gravitas, giving them that importance, giving them that strength, and showing us doing what we're capable of doing, right? I've done those sequences, and they're giving me the platform, they're giving Zoya the platform in which to do that. And I'm happy to see that, you know? Even as a third party also, I'm happy to see these kind of characters now coming into Hindi cinema with, you know, Charlize Theron, who I've always admired, you know, the kind of her in this space. We've seen Halle Berry do it phenomenally in John Wick. We've seen Anne Hathaway do it in Batman. And now I think we're starting to see that now in Hindi cinema. And it's lovely, you know, it's really, really wonderful to see. And I think we're only going to take it forward from here, and it's only going to become bigger and better.
Is kind of in a very healthy way obsessed with Zoya. The writing that we saw. Also, I must, for me, because that sequence that you have when you're saving the girls, I think it was effortlessly executed, right?
It was a beautiful sequence.
I'm going to not ask that, I'm going to tell you how much fun you had.
Yeah. That's always been Zoya's character, though. I mean, she's always been presented like that in the Tiger franchises, and in this film, it just took it one notch up. Adi and Manish had conceptualized some brilliant sequences. We all knew that this hammam sequence could be something really unusual. You know, 2 women in this scenario, a gritty and a brutal fight. You know, we didn't want it to be like it wasn't going to look fake. It had to look real. And this girl, the actress that I was fighting, she's actually a trained martial arts expert. So, you know, it was like, and you got to put the work in. And I knew what the sequence. I knew what the potential was of the sequence, and I think we all just went out there to deliver it, and we wanted it to be amazing. And do people really even notice, like, say, like the training you do, you know? Do they notice how like that you. So see, you don't know, right? You can't calculate this.
Sure.
This is not quantifiable.
Sure.
But you go home knowing that you put in everything that you thought would deliver that impact on screen, and that's what I tried to do in the film, and that's what we as a team tried to do in the whole film. See, it's not just the rehearsal. Each sequence you might rehearse about between 6 to 10 days, okay? But it's the physical training you're doing. So before a tiger film, I'll start my training 3 months before that. So for this film, I trained with a guy called Mustafa. He's just like as a hardcore guy.
He is super, very stressful.
It's stressful. And the biggest change he brought into my training this time was mental. He brought a lot of the mental capacity. I knew training was going to be hard. I've done physically hard training before. We wanted Zoya to look even more stronger and sharper, leaner, lither, more quick in this film. And I think we were able to achieve that with the right team around me. He brought to me and what he brought to the table was it's first done in the mind. You know, I'm tired, this is hurting, oh no, that's too heavy, I can't do that. No, only 15 reps, you know. He threw it not by trying to fight with your body, but by developing that in your mind and then finding your way through it. And that's kind of the philosophy that I used and took forward in all the action as well. But you go home tired.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Happy but tired.
Are always talking about, okay, Salman and Katrina have such an organic chemistry on screen. That is the third part of it.
Yep.
To also show that in a way for like a mature love story, right? You know, to bring that very organic chemistry that you guys have. Tell me how that works out. I want to know if you'll ever have discussion. Okay, it has to be like, you know,
discussions.
Salman.
Let's you and me act that out. Salman, I want to discuss this romantic scene with you. You know Salman as well. Just tell me how you imagine that discussion. Discuss the romantic scene. Say? Biting on
I can be
shirt.
Katrina.
Yeah.
Be Salman.
You be me.
I'll be. We like to make it more organic. And what do you think we should do?
Coffee pilau. But the amazing thing about it is, which you know, and I'm sure you know that so much, Salman will never show you, but he's always thinking. And if you're going to talk to him about it, then that means then you're engaging with him.
Yeah.
But he is sitting on the set chewing the shirt collar, one corner of it, as he likes to do, and he's thinking about the scene. He's thinking, and that's what's playing in his mind, which now I know. And when you're talking about chemistry, firstly, I have a slightly different theory on this. I think it's a two-part theory.
Yeah.
One is that chemistry is in the writing. If you don't have it in the writing, it's not going to be there, no matter what you do. If it's in the writing, then of course you can add on to that. That was 2004? Almost 2024,
Yeah,
right? Almost. Yeah. Let's call it 20 years on set with someone is a long time, every day. But we've done films over the years, so you know that person also. You know, doing a scene, I feel, is like a dance, and especially with someone like Salman, because he is very unpredictable, right? Yeah. He will not do it one way, and the next take he will change it every take. You gotta be fluid, and that's what I think our chemistry is like when we're on set together. I kind of read him, and then he reads me, and we play off each other, and it molds itself into something.
A reminder when I was watching and I thought it got a little awkward. It got heated in the house. Especially I looked at him like I'm going to, and he went, Salman, the Katrina's here, how style, because you've often been the peacemaker in a lot of situations in the house, and I think we should do it. Just because a lot of people should know you are.
But we're also friends. So many years. Yeah. We have a really incredible friendship, and I've said this before. Salman is the kind of person that, even if you haven't spoken to him in weeks, or even more than weeks, if there's a moment in your life where you're in trouble, or you need help, or you just might need advice or something, he will always sense it. And he's got a very generous heart. And we have an incredible equation, and I think it's one with a lot of respect and admiration as well, which is very important.
Which is why when you say it,
it's called selective hearing.
We will do.
I process information and then I
from one that you're making. I was at some point when we were meeting at the red carpet, and hurriedly we talk about Merry Christmas. And just because you're good at doing something, you are constant. Vijay Sethupathi.
It's going to be an interesting combination,
Yeah.
and that's what I think is going to be really novel about the film. But for all of us, I know for Vijay sir for certain, for me for certain, I have always been a big Sriram fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Sriram Raghavan, and I always wanted to work with him. It was on my bucket list. And he's just a phenomenal storyteller. Again, passion. We're talking about passion, right? So just passion in what you do. He lives, he breathes for films. And that's what shows on screen. And phenomenal experience working with him. I think I've learned so much. I told him, I said, sir, I have never cried so much on screen, in any off screen during the making of any film, on the set during the making of any film, even while the cameras are rolling and not rolling. Like, I was like, it was an intense process.
Yeah.
And it was one that I learned so much up from, and what a lovely gentleman as well, lovely guy, lovely collaborator as well, besides just a phenomenal director. The release date now is January 12th. I think it's good. I think it's a good window for the film to breathe, and I think it's an exciting time. Likes the truth to be known, and I have to be very, very frank and say that I've always been incredibly fortunate to be offered very, very versatile. But as an actor, in different phases, you choose what you are attuned to. You tune what not attuned. Sorry, what affinity. It's what interests you at the time,
Sure.
right? So there's been phases in my life where certain genre of films is what I was passionate about. That's in my heart. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I went for. But I've had phenomenal choices. Like, I've had really wonderful, versatile, and incredible films offered to me throughout my career. And I think now, as with experience, you get confidence, and also you as a person evolve.
Yeah.
Your interests change, right? The things that I liked 4 years ago, I don't necessarily like now.
True.
My tastes might have changed. You acquire interest in new things, and I think that's what you're seeing reflect now in my choices.
Husband.
I don't know what
the
that
talented
means.
Green flag. Of course, you know what green flag is.
I
But
Yeah.
again now, and I feel
December 9th.
December
Which not
9th.
only you, I remind him as well.
I know December 9th.
That I don't know, because I don't give him a chance to forget it.
You've made his life so much more better because of the energy you get. You're barely only laughing. He said such nice things, Katrina.
I don't know, I'm laughing because whenever we're apart for a few days or a week or for a schedule, and then whenever I come back, he says like, see, that's what was missing, the drama. There's drama, so there's entertainment. So I'm just entertained and life seems full. This is that, I guess, I've been told by my husband that I am. So I think I have to accept that I must be entertaining on some level. But can I tell you something on a serious note? He is also very, very wise. He's very wise. Yeah, he's very, very mature beyond his years, and I think that a big part of that has to do with the upbringing that he's had from his parents. I think he's had such a solid upbringing and such wonderful parents, and they've instilled that deep sense of values, and I think just the right approach to life.
Like, there are things happening around, chaos. How are you dealing? How do you still maintain?
I'm not always zen, right?
Not always.
I'm appropriately behaved in circumstances, right?
Sure.
So of course I'm going to measure myself and make sure that I am restrained in my actions and reactions, because I think that's what we all need to do as professionals. But I have my moments, off the cameras where you will feel stressed and you will feel hyper, and it's that side is again for part 3 of our interview.
Excited.
Yes.
I think a film about women just having fun.
Priyanka,
Priyanka, you and Alia is going to be amazing. So please tell us that is happening.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And I think that's the best way to describe it, because that's exactly how it is.
I think that's a very good description of the way the character is written. Yeah.
Calming yourself there, and then you are also being fierce when it had to be.
I think I just connect to, on a personal level, I can find a lot of connections. I find a lot of mental connections to that philosophy of having to do something because that's your job, right?
Yeah.
Like for Zoya, it's for her country or whatever it is she's doing as an agent. But having to fight and put aside your feelings, do what you need to do. regardless of how you feel in the situation, regardless of if you're feeling weak, regardless of if you're feeling tired, regardless of if you're feeling emotional. And separate that, your emotion and your actions, and do what you must do. Do what you need to do at the right times. So I think I can find a lot of connection to that. At the same time, I'm always able to observe that, you know, if you have a family and you know, a husband who you love so much, and you must want to protect that, right? That must be a fear, constant fear in her mind. That must be a constantly playing on her head every time you put yourself in danger. What about my husband? What about my son? So I think the emotions there are very relatable. Absolutely.
Okay, if you had to describe Zoya,
I want to take Imran's 2 words, which was vulnerable. I think fierce and determined.
Right.
That we need time for. That can't be. See, the concept can be there without the title. So you know, that we can go ahead, in our desires and the wishes out there. But title, we gotta give that thought. That deserves some time and
fair enough. Okay.
And effort. I mean, Tiger is definitely going to be one of them. He's the original spy,
sure.
And it's all started with him. And he's got that suave, you know. He's got that you know, fearless, you know, James Bond-ish kind of, you know. Don't give a damn, but I'll go out there and do what I need to do, and at the same time be vulnerable. And I just think it's phenomenal and it's memorable. The misconception about myself, that I'm Zen.
Really?
Yeah.
You are a little Zen.
I'm Zen. Actually, you know what? I just realized something. You're right. I'm Zen.
I like
Except for when I'm not. But then I just realized that the other times when I'm not like hyper stressed, I am actually quite quiet and Zen. Wow, you taught me about something about myself.
Thanks. I totally.
I promise you've made me realize that.
It has to make you. It'll be funny one.
That I don't eat much.
So that's absolutely not.
Oh, I can't be hungry. I can't be. Eat sensibly, and I think I learned that from my mom. You know, my mom is a healthy eater. Healthy. It's all about healthy eating. But eat. You have to eat. For me, I mean, food is gyan.
Gyan?
You give too much gyan. Talking.
If you as an audience,
I would say there's comfort, there's ease. It's you know, some relationships are always efforted.
Yeah.
You know, it takes effort. They're tumultuous and there's a lot of, you know, push and pull.
Yeah.
I think with Tiger and Zoya from Ek Tha Tiger, it's always been, even if there are big milestones of obstacles that come in their way, whether it's a country, whether it's something, because they are from two you know, one's from Pakistan, one's from India. There is still something about the equation which is of one of trust and respect. And those are the 2 pillars of any relationship. If you have trust and respect, I think any relationship can navigate through obstacles.
Can be from any industry.
I'd say, if I have to just quickly pick, I'd say there are so many that are phenomenal right now. I think Rajni sir, of course, he's just amazing, just phenomenal. Look at him. Such an inspiration. Proud of, I don't know, but grateful for, I could say my life. Grateful for, I would say my journey so far, the work that I've had, the people around me, my family, my husband, and my friends.
Thank you, Katrina. I always enjoy chatting with you, and I'm lots of love. So much.
Thank you.